All right, so we are back, and today we are going to begin the drag strip war. What I've done here at the bottom of the board here, just so you guys know, I'm putting down the winners of each of the contests. I know we've only looked at 2 guys so far, but we got 3 points up there. That's because the first one, the breakdown, in my opinion, has tied with Fans Toys on that one. But the Wild Rider, it was a landslide, which I didn't expect, to be honest. I really thought the Wild Rider, the X-Transbot Wild Rider, which is a great figure, was going to hold his own. Just the Fans Toys one was just that much better. All right. So, let's look at these drag strips in car mode here. So they both come with these guns. I have a QC issue on the Fans Toys one, which is honestly, for me, not a big surprise because I usually have at least 1 or 2 QC issues with Fans Toys. And in this case, what the issue is when I plug this in, there's this little peg here that plugs into this little hole here. So when I plug it in, what it does is it actually separates the plastic of the gun, as you can see here. So it won't hold on. So that's a bit of a bummer. This one, on the other hand, is just fine. So, no issues on that one whatsoever. And I would imagine he'd hold the gun just fine once we get there. We'll show that off there. So, I do have a QC issue with this drag strip. He also does come with the little driver too. The X-Transbot does too, but I actually lost... I think I threw his away because it was a piece of shit. So, but yeah. It's... I mean, it is what it is. I mean, for me, it's a throwaway thing. It barely locks in there. Yeah. It's gone. Alright, rolls just fine. Looks really good. I like the way this one looks. It's bulkier than your typical just little racer car. So, I do like it. I'm not a car guy, so I couldn't tell you if that was accurate, though. And then we get to this thing. This is awful. This is straight awful. I have a really hard time getting it together right, and primarily like this piece here won't quite lock in right. These little pieces just flop around with like no place to go. They're supposed to tab in together, but they don't do a very good job of holding in. The gun does plug back in there just fine, but you have to separate these to do it, and then, yeah, it just... And the biggest issue with this is not breaking the damn thing. So... it's like I know I could tighten this up if I, really force it into positions and stuff like that, but I'm terrified to do anything with it because this is my 4th copy and the first 3 have broken. Those were the youth versions, I believe. 2 of them were, I know 2 of them were, I can't remember what the other one was. It was when it first came out. So I don't want to break it is the thing. And I mean, it looks okay. Together they look pretty good. This guy is very much a better designed and better looking car than this guy could ever imagine to be. It's just like funny comparing these two. Unlike Wild Rider and Breakdown, where it's like it's a tough call on which one I like better as a car. This one blows this guy out of the water so far, it has absolutely no chance for redemption when it comes to car mode. Like, it's just... it is funny bad. Here they are with Sideswipe. So again, he does have that mass shifting thing, but he's a much bigger car than Sideswipe is here. So, it seems like as we look at the Fans Toys cars more, the less their car modes do that mass shifting thing, which I love so much. It just, they seem to just be getting bigger and bigger. The Wild Rider was bigger than the Breakdown was just about the same size. The Wild Rider was a little bit bigger, and the Drag Strip's bigger still. So hopefully Dead End goes back to the like Wild Rider proportions. But yeah, I mean, I can't sit here and tell you how big one of these drag cars. I don't even know what they're called. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible car guy. I know what they were called at one point in my life. I just can't think of it at the moment. I've been to these races many times because we have a drag strip kind of near where I work, so I get sometimes I get some free tickets there. But anyway, I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. So I can't tell you if it's supposed to be bigger than a car or not. But I mean, that's what you get. This one, it's not as wide or as tall, but it is longer still. So maybe that is accurate, or maybe it's just because of the arm proportions that needs to be a longer car. So I don't know. I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is if you're looking for the best representation of drag strip of these two in car mode, your best option is Fans Toys. I would not even look at the X-Transbots hard on fear of breaking it. So I'm going to go back and do the reviews for each of these guys, and then we'll come back here and we'll finish this up. Alright, so I am back, and today we're going... Well, I already said that. That's what happens when you do these videos, like, in sections. I totally forget what you're doing. Anyway, alright, so let's go ahead and finish this up. We've got the Fans Toys versus the X-Transbots drag strips. And yeah, let's get right into it. First off is transformation. Fans Toys wins that one hands down. And the primary reason is they're both complexed. He's complexed in this way of everything has a place, and I mean, you have to reconfigure almost the entire thing to get it to where it needs to be, but it has its place. It's elegant. It is designed very well. And then you get into that. Things don't line up perfectly without putting excess pressure on them. Things don't look good in car mode, and overall the transformation on this guy puts way too much pressure on the shoulders at times and runs the risk of breaking them. Transformation on this guy in all likelihood will result in breaking the figure. So I have to give the point to Fans Toys for the transformation, because I don't feel that at any time in this figure. There's not one piece on this figure that makes me go, I don't want to do that again. The way the front spoiler, is that a spoiler? I don't know. I'm not a car guy. The front piece, the way it folds onto the back, it's not a transformation I enjoy, but it's also not a transformation I'm afraid of breaking with it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next one, which is posability. So the head is on a ball joint, so you get the left and right, a little bit up, a little bit down, and then his head is also on a ball peg. It's on a ball peg. Well, yeah, same thing. So left, right, a little up, good down. Got the side to side. So his head is a little bit more posable. Shoulders up to there. He also has that secondary hinge that gets up to there if you need it. So that's nice. Nice ratchet on that joint. He's got the swivel that goes all the way around. Bicep swivel. Elbow giving you just the 90 degrees. Wrist swivels. Ball jointed thumb. And each finger has 2 points of articulation. His shoulders rotate up and down, run the risk of breaking things. They do rotate around. Bicep swivel, double bend elbow, so you get a little bit more there. But the wrist and hand, you get less in the hand because it only has the one hinge for the fingers. He does have that waist swivel, or the wrist swivel. Hips rotate side to side. His are a little loose, not as bad as other ones from the same company. And he does have the ab crunch. He's got the waist swivel as well, but no ab crunch. Hips, these will move out of the way, up all the way up to the front, all the way out to the back, all the way out to the side. There's a thigh swivel, ratcheted knee, and then he's got the rocker and the kind of fake toe tilt that doesn't work all that great. He has up to there, back to there, out to the side, no ratchets whatsoever. Thigh swivel, ratcheted knee. So it's kind of almost the same, except his leg goes back a little bit further. He's got the rocker. It's kind of a fake rocker, and he's got the tilt. So it's like they're kind of tied waist down, I'd say. This goes back into the issue with those shoulders on the X-Transbots, though. So I'm going to give this to the Fans Toys because while they're close in posability, he does have more posability options, but it also doesn't run the risk of breaking the arm off. I have to keep harping on it because, again, it's an issue. Scale. So, I have to give it to both. Again, it's the same issue that we've been running into. This is the scale I prefer. So we're being very objective here, I guess, right? That's the correct term. Personal preference. This is where I like them to be. Sunbow chart. This is where they should be. So I'm going to give them to both. Build and QC, not even a question. Fans Toys takes both of them as same issues that we've been talking about. He's built better. He feels better. His diecast is more purposeful. It seems like it's in the right places to do the right thing, whereas his diecast is just to give extra weight in the legs. It doesn't seem as purposeful as his is. Which makes things like his shoulders, like when we ratchet the shoulder out, it doesn't feel like, oh man, this is gonna break on me. This is gonna break on me. It moves the way it's supposed to move. It's nice and tight and allows you to give that range of the regular shoulder joint without issue. Things just kind of move the way they're supposed to move, and they stay in place the way you want them to. So he does that just so much better than he does. QC wise, again, my only issue here is one of the guns split apart if you put it into vehicle mode. Whereas QC wise, if you look at him wrong, something's gonna break. Typical X-Transbot stuff going on here. Price. I'm going to get some shit on this one, I'm sure. But for price, we're talking original retail, about $75-ish, $150. I'm going to give it to Fans Toys. And the reason why I'm giving it to Fans Toys is because, in all likelihood, you're going to have to buy this guy at least twice to have a figure that works. I mean, what else can I say about that? It's what killed the set for me the last time I was collecting them. I said that in his video, and it's still true to the day. I got him I got him in, I think it was 2020, November 2020. I got the youth version of him. I'm pretty sure I got him before that too, but this is the more recent memory of him. 2020, I got the youth version in it, broke out of the box. Had to send it back, got a new one in about January, took 2 months to get it, broke it out of the box, and then broke it on the screen, and then broke it again on screen. It was just such a piece of shit, and I threw that one away. So there's $75 down the toilet. So I spent another $75 or so on this guy, and now I've spent the same amount of money as him. That's why I'm giving it to Fans Toys, because unlike the other two where they're cheaper, they feel cheaper, but they're still quality figures. He is not. I cannot stress that enough. He is not a quality figure for $75 because, like I said, in all likelihood, you're going to have to replace him at some point. Something will break, and you're going to be like, shit, now I got to go buy another one. Because you're in it for the set. You can't just be like, oh, I don't want to get this one, and it's not like with the Fans Toys ones, there's also that possibility like, oh man, I really don't like the drag strip. Let's say, hypothetically, I hate the drag strip. I like the rest of the cons. You could get the DX9 drag strip and stand it in. With the MMC Stunticons, the same thing. You could do the Unique Toys, or you can kind of do the, what are they called? The Zeta Toys ones. So you can kind of like get those guys and put those guys in place. These guys, because of the scale difference, the only set that's going to go with these guys is more of the X-Transbots one. So if you don't like this drag strip, tough on you. And this is where their scale kind of bites them in the ass. It's because there's no alternate versions. But also, if they would have fucking done something better with this guy, you wouldn't have that problem. This here, like, I'm all for diecast with a purpose. If it's in the right place, this should all be die-cast. This is constantly breaking. And I know I'm not the only person that had a breakage on this guy. It's a widespread issue. So, anyway. So, yeah, that's why I'm giving the price to Fans Toys. As a more expensive figure, it's a more quality figure. It is appropriately priced better, priced higher. For the quality of figure, and this guy is not priced correctly. This guy should be in the $40 to $30 range, and then I'd be a little bit better. All right, enough of that. And then as far as G1 and style go, I'm just giving it to Fans Toys because he just cleans up a little bit better. For going like, just looking as a better bot, whereas he's got all this stuff on the back here and just doesn't quite clean up as well. Not even close. So yeah, that is where I put them. So for a quick little bonus, I wanted to do a little bit more scale comparisons with these guys just to kind of flush it out a little bit more. But yeah, final score here. See, 8-1 drag strip. 8-1. And the only point that he gets is because I like the scale better. So it's like you could go 8-0 if you're going by, I'm only going by Sunbow chart scale. I mean, it's ridiculously shitty figure. So yeah, landslide. So anyway, I want to do a couple scale comparisons here, just kind of like as a little bonus round with the two Stunticons, and give my thoughts on that. So, we'll start with him. So, like I said, I like this scale the best. I do. I like the fact that he's Autobot, Carbot, size. I do. And then you switch him out, and I know this is more appropriate. So, wherever you guys want to go with that. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to throw in a couple other bots so that we can see differences here. So, here he is with the MMC first aid. So he's a full head taller, so it makes these guys seem a little small. Here he is with the MMC Brawl, who is one of the bigger ones. So we'll set him here. And he just towers over him. Here he is with the... what most people have for their Constructicons, because there's no real other MP set. Here he is with the Toy World Scrapper. So yeah, I mean, if you look at this terms, he looks really out of place. This is kind of on the ridiculous side of things. So, quick picture. Okay. All right. And then here is the Fans Toys offering. So, yeah, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm liking this. The Fans Toys ones, because that kind of fits with the scale. You know, he's a little bit bigger than the First Aid. He's about the same size as Scrapper, and he's shorter than Brawl. So take that with as you will. So, and then move these guys out of the way. I just want to show these guys off. I haven't looked at them yet, but we'll just show them off now, because why not? And here's another thing that I'm not the biggest fan on. There's Motormaster from X-Transbots and Motormaster from Fans Toys. So the X-Transbots and the Fans Toys ones are almost the same size. But it really makes the drag strip look tiny when we're going by the X-Transbot scale. So it's kind of collapsing on me, my preference. It's like the more I mess with it, the more it's just kind of like falling apart. You know what I mean? And here he is with those guys. And again, it looks so much better having the limbs not so much shorter, you know, because it's like, it just looks better to have them about the same size. Is this guy? Yeah. So, and then for shits and giggles, here is my 3-0 Megatron, who is my MP Megatron at the moment, just because there's not what I would call a better option for Megatron in this scale. And I do like that. I think that looks good. And I like... move him here. And it's just... yeah, I like that size. It's a good size bot. So, you know, yeah... they're both a little bit taller than the Megatron, but I think we're kind of in that space where they have to be. But still, I do like it. I think it's good. So, I don't know. I don't know. You guys decide what you think is appropriate. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm kind of wanting to go say Fans Toys is right, X-Transbot is wrong. So yeah, that's all I got.